This is Chris Kelly for LakelandLocal.com, here to just demonstrate a simple primer on anaerobic interval training. One thing I'm asked all the time is what makes a good interval? When we're choosing interval exercises, we want exercises that work as many muscles as possible. You know, the difference between maybe a squat to press and a tricep extension is that the more muscles that we work, the more calories we're going to burn. And you know, as opposed to maybe activities like running on a treadmill or sprinting outside, we can incorporate strength training movements to really help to make it a little bit more interesting and vary it up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to demonstrate a couple examples of what I would consider interval exercises with several pieces of equipment. Today we've got a band, we've got a med ball here, and I'm just going to show you some body weight stuff as well. Alright, so with the band, we can do several things. Alright, a couple of my favorite exercises with this would be an X-band jack, where you're standing on the band, you're jumping back and forth. Again, this is working my hips. Okay, from here you can move into something like high pulls. Okay, we've got something like a band front squat here. Okay, again, because I'm using my upper body to hold the band. Okay, this is working the full body here. Or we can put it down and do something like a band hop over. Again, where I'm using the whole body to jump here, finishing up with what is called a band walkover with my hands. Now the band walkover, I'm just using my hands to walk back and forth. You can add a push-up to it. But really, performing those exercises in sequence is a great way to keep the heart rate up and minimize transition time, meaning like we want to transition quickly from one interval to the next to keep the heart rate up, and using one piece of equipment is a great way to do that. All right, our next piece of equipment would be a medicine ball. I'm using an 8-pounder here. You can go anywhere from a soccer ball, which is about 3 pounds, to maybe a 10-pounder, no more than that. Our first exercise would be a medicine ball slam. Okay, so I'm just slamming the ball up and down. From here I can move into something like a squat to press. I could go into something with, backwards lunges or switch jumps. Or I could go, into something like maybe a lateral lunge to curl. The main thing is that you're using the extremities. So combine something like a squat with, a pushing motion or a swing or something that gets the extremities moving. That's going to get your heart rate up. All right. For body weight, if you don't have any equipment at all, I like to keep it simple. All right. So we have a million different push-up variations that we can do. We've got things like Spider-Man push-ups, push-ups with a forward walk, T push-ups, push-ups with a forward reach. Just incorporating various arm and leg movements, great way to turn the push-up into something a little more. All right, standing up, we've got things like squat to a push, prisoner squat jumps, switch jumps, and so on. With body weight, I like moving maybe from the floor to standing because it helps to get us in different positions, helps to keep the heart rate up, and helps to train movement as well, which is a nice plus on your off days.